Hey guys, what's up? Sermo11 here. One Piece. Does it live up to all the hype it gets? Well, I wouldn't know. I'm only on season 1. Basically, a pirate by the name of Gold Roger was executed and left all his treasure in the One Piece. These words inspired pirates to go find it. You know the story. It's in every episode. That's all I'm saying. I'm not explaining the full story of One Piece. It's kind of something you don't really want to explain, cause it's really good, but the story kind of falls together. It completes itself. I just don't want to spoil it for people. If you haven't gotten into One Piece yet, try the first manga volume or the first collection. Now on to the people who know more about the series. This first part is basically a recommendation, and now here comes the spoilers and all that stuff. I kind of wish Kobe had stayed with Luffy. Kobe was pretty. I mean, him and Luffy worked well together with comedy, and it was just kind of funny. You know, Luffy probably could help Kobe grow up, but you know, Kobe had to go to the Marines, so. Or yeah, it's the Marines, right? It's not the Navy. I don't know. There's some confusion with that because they use both names. But you know, he had other places in mind. I feel as if there's more to Nami's backstory. We only know about her past with Arlong and the village, and her Bellemere adopted her, so that's not her real parents. And I think there's a possibility that her real parents could be part of the story too. That'd be pretty cool. I've spoiled myself on a lot about the series, and I have to say, Oda planned this stuff out very carefully. It's like, I wonder how much of One Piece is written ahead, cause a lot of the things, it's just like they fall together so well, and I see why people recommend the series so much. I want to know some of the stuff. Yeah, I kind of want to know some of that stuff, and knowing what goes on later, I'm like, wow, this character seemed like they could take quite a beating, and then they get back up. Something like that could be improved because let me see, when they were fighting the Fishmen, the Arlong Park arc, I think that's the name of it. Sanji got hit in the neck, and I'm not sure if he was like on land or underwater, but either way, he should be dead or knocked out or something, you know. And then the whole thing with him trying to get air, but he's still somehow fighting. Some of that stuff, it's not even realistic at all. It's like, you're not even trying to make it realistic. I know, it's anime, it's manga, it shouldn't be that realistic, but sometimes in certain animes, they try to put realistic elements into there. One Piece kind of just throws all that out the window. You got Luffy beating up, like, animals, and like, these huge animals. It's crazy. Just by watching the anime, I can tell the series is very, very text heavy. Like, I don't even read that much of the manga anymore. I tried reading the manga. I didn't really like it. I kind of just jumped into, like, current One Piece. I'm not going to say where they're at, but that's where I tried to jump into. And, it's okay. It's a lot of talking. I mean, it works better as an anime, in my opinion. You know, if I do actually get caught up, I think it's like 600 episodes currently. I'll try to read the manga if I can, but right now, I didn't really enjoy it. I kind of wonder how the manga readers feel. There's just so much text, so much talking. It's just like the backstories and it's just a lot to take in. I can actually watch an anime faster than reading the manga. I'm not sure why people think you can read manga faster. It doesn't make any sense. Like, sometimes I get bored with a manga volume, or I only read like a third of the manga volume, and I'll take like 3 days to read it. With One Piece, I was watching like 8 to 10 episodes in one day. Like, it's so good, you just gotta keep going. And then I'm just like, oh my goodness, I've been watching this for like 5 to 6 hours. I'm just trying to. I wrote some stuff down like a few months ago. Sanji's kind of getting on my nerves. How he just throws himself at every girl. It's. I don't really like the whole player type of character. You know, always hitting on women. It's not my favorite type of character. Luffy, Luffy. I like all the comedy in the series, and Luffy and the whole crew they have. They're pretty funny, but Luffy's just a plain idiot. Like, I don't mean that as an insult. I think it's pretty funny, but sometimes some of the stuff he says is just like, really? It's just like, how did you make it to this age without like almost getting killed? Well, he did almost get killed in the first when did he almost get killed? Like when with that monster, that sea monster, and he was out at sea and all that, and then Shanks lost his arm trying to save Luffy, and he's just screwed up for life because his arm's gone. It's just some messed up stuff. I probably like Zoro's style fighting more than Luffy's kind of right now, because I think Zoro's a pretty cool character. Luffy, his attacks seem kind of endless. He seems like he can do a lot of stuff. Like, he can inflate himself. It's just like, and then all the Gum Gum attacks, or wait, in the English I think it's Gum Gum. They're just very creative. He can just do a lot of stuff. It's kind of weird how none of the villains have been killed so far, and but I do like how they do come up and they later in the story, and they're still relevant. Unlike other manga and anime that they might kill the character or they just disappear, never to be seen again. It's pretty cool. Let me think if I can think of one. Smoker, yeah, Smoker's like relevant throughout the whole series. He's hunting Luffy. I think I don't think Captain Kuro comes back. I think he's done in terms of story. Like, he appeared one more time in the anime, but actually his last appearance was after Luffy beat him, and then him and the crew left. I don't know if Ichiro Oda has more planned for him, but I doubt it, because One Piece is that was more like at the beginning of One Piece when Usopp joined them. It's kind of funny how all these characters join the crew so early, and then there are these huge arcs that take forever for more characters to join. Like, right now the crew is Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Nami, Usopp, and then Vivi, and then her duck. I don't know the name of right now. And then where I'm at with One Piece, they're going to the place with Chopper and stuff. I don't even know the name of the arc, because that's basically where the last collection left off, and I haven't started the new ones. And this video, I wrote this back in July, so I've gotten pretty far with the series. So yeah, Chopper, and then they have the whole Alabasta thing. Then there's Robin, and then after that, it's a long time before the next crew members join, which I don't get, because you make it like these characters join directly after each other, and then suddenly it's just like, well, yeah, I gotta slow down on this. I'll have like a full crew, and then the series won't even be done, or it won't be close to the ending or something. But I'm getting off topic. Zoro has a rival, and the girl with Smoker. I think her name's like Tashigi or something. I think I wrote it down wrong. And then, oh yeah, her name's Tashigi, and then the girl from his past is named Kuina. And then they look alike, so Zoro kind of feels weird whenever he sees Tashigi. And, because I think Kuina died, like, she just slipped and died. I think she, like, fell down the steps or something. I don't really remember, but it was something on the lines of she slipped and fell dead. Let me see. Luffy wants to become stronger so he can fight Smoker. Because, right now, Luffy's having some trouble with Smoker. He's getting caught in the smoke, and he just can't. I don't think he can really hit him, because Smoker can his whole body into smoke. I think that's his devil fruit power. Like I didn't really remember this from when I watched One Piece on 4Kids, and that it probably was edited a lot. But when you eat a devil fruit, like the sea hates you or resents you or something, so therefore you can't swim anymore. I think that's pretty cool. That's written very, very well. There's something else I wanted to add on that. I think one of my friends said this, like, what if there was a devil fruit that gave you the ability to swim? But, you know, that makes no sense because you would be hated by the sea and stuff. And, it's a really cool way of getting powers. And you have these people like Zoro and Sanji who can fight on their own without a devil fruit. And they can take on these devil fruit users. And then they have Usopp, who might get stronger or something, but right now he's pretty much a crybaby, runs away, liar. There's something I just said that I wanted to keep going with. Whatever. Nami is definitely one of the weakest ones of the crew. I rank Usopp to be even stronger than her. I kind of want Nami to get stronger, at least a little bit. Maybe get some kind of weapon. The ship is cool, but the series kind of has no constant place except the ship, and I don't really like the ship because it's just a limited space. You'll be on the ship for like a long time, and then they're just going from like these villages and towns and all these islands, and there's no like distinct place where we know the characters will be all the time except the ship. And I kind of wish the ship was like more like a world or something, but or like a village, but that makes no sense. Let me see. You know, like Naruto, they have the village, and Bleach, you know, you got Ichigo's house, you got the school, you got Soul Society. Those are like the main three locations where they'll always be at. There are like no places in One Piece where it's like, oh, we're here all the time, or oh, we're back to the ship. Well, I'm just gonna skip that. Sorry. Now that Luffy has a bounty, I think he's like the only one on the crew with a bounty so far. I'm expecting more fights because, you know, you have all these people looking for Monkey D. Luffy, and yeah. I really, really don't like the filler in the series. So far I remember a few filler episodes. They had the little Apis filler, which was stupid. I mean, I didn't like it at all. It was basically about these dragons, and like there was this old dragon living on the island, and then there's supposed to be like these dragons still alive, and it was stupid. I don't know if I didn't like it because it was filler, because I said I had the whole discussion on do you dislike anime just because it's filler? And yeah, I do. I kind of like the filler with Sanji, and he had like a cooking competition. That was okay. It didn't really show him cooking as much. They kind of just skipped through it a bit. And then it was kind of consistent because they got a fish, and then the fish was actually in the cannon scene. So I was just wondering, is that how they make filler in One Piece? You just see something in the background, and you're just like, oh, we can make a filler episode out of this. Like, how did Sanji get this fish? And then there was a filler with Usopp and Daddy the father and his daughter and stuff, and it was like about Usopp making a shot. It was that was okay. I kind of prefer a filler, like just one episode, not a whole arc, because as far as I know, I think One Piece is pretty traditional or pretty accurate towards the manga series. This probably has changed since July. I said my favorite arc was the Captain Kuro arc. It was that was pretty cool because, you know, you had the old Usopp. He's not really a liar all the time, and then you have the whole thing with the butler who's been lying for years, and he's a pirate. That was pretty cool. Let me see. Usopp. Yeah. In the Arlong arc with when Nami was trying to push the crew away, I felt as if her and the village would be dead if like Luffy didn't step in. Because I mean, if Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, and Usopp just followed what she said, left, and then just continued with their journey, Nami would be dead. The village would be dead. it's just yeah, just that. But I don't really know the name of this arc, but my favorite arc probably now is the Giants with Bragi and the other one. I don't really remember all the names, but that was pretty cool. It was kind of just slow, like everyone just left the ship, and then they all got their own adventures. That's one thing I find weird about One Piece, because the crew's gonna get bigger and bigger, and then Luffy said he wanted a group of like 10 people, and if you're current on One Piece, it's getting kind of close to that, and it's just they can't walk around as one group, I guess, because how many people do they have? This is just what I'm watching: Luffy, Sanji, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, Vivi, and the Duck. They kind of just split up sometimes, and I don't like that. You just split up into some groups, and then there's always something, the 3 different stories, and then it just comes together. That's one part I don't really like. I already said, One Piece has little real logic in it, and sometimes during the Arlong arc, I was just thinking to myself, what's going on? They should be dead by now, but One Piece just throws the logic out the window, and it's just that. It's One Piece. I like One Piece, but it's not in my top anime series as of yet. I definitely see why people enjoy it. The story definitely goes like close together, and I know this isn't like a big point, but when I said the story goes together, there's like a silly thing where there were these 2 guys who knew Zoro. They called everyone like Big Bro, and the crew had like split up by this time, and they were talking about fishmen, and then Luffy drew a drawing of a fishman, and then like what he thought it would be like, or a mermaid or something, and then later I think it's like in the Fishman Island arc that fish actually shows up, which was that's pretty cool. But the story does go together, and then it's like some point you're just like, whoa, he thought this far ahead, and it's just like, this guy, I can see why he has like the top selling manga in the world, or I think One Piece is like the top selling manga of all time too. It's always breaking records and all that stuff. I did have one more thing to do, and I figured the One Piece video would be definitely more popular than the Jimmy Two Shoes stuff. So here we go. I'm running out of videos to do. Like, I'm getting bored with making videos. I'm pretty much like almost out of videos to do. I have like a list, and I'm almost done with that. I tried to do a Q&A. This is probably last year, I guess, or it could have been this year. But I tried to do a Q&A. I got like 1 or 2 questions, and that wasn't really enough to make a whole video about. So send me some questions, because some other YouTubers do this, and I think it's pretty cool. You can send me some questions. You can definitely send me a video idea, like if you guys want to become part of the channel, like where you help me make videos. You just request something, I'll do it eventually. I'm probably gonna start doing weekly Naruto chapter reviews. I'm a big fan of Naruto, and I'm just running out of things to do. Naruto videos are very popular, and I had a few cool theories in my opinion. Like, I really like the theories that I came up with, so that stuff's out. I'm gonna do a video on like 2 celebrities. It could be like a group of celebrities, or it could be one celebrity, but it will be 2 different groups or persons. I'm just gonna say like, I don't understand why people hate them. I'm not gonna release the names, but there we go. I'm gonna do something about Twitter, like just a small discussion on Twitter. Someone asked me to do a review. They asked me to do a review of Gravity Falls. I'm gonna do that eventually. It's just like I'm kind of lazy. And then if you wanted, I think they wanted like a series review, or like I watch Gravity Falls every week, so I was gonna give like a few, just talk about what happens in some of the first few episodes and how there is kind of a small story there. Yeah, Gravity Falls is pretty good, but that is not the review. I will be doing a full video on that. I kind of want to do gameplay, but I had to buy some equipment. for the 3DS, I think you need a capture card now. They have those, I think. So if you guys can direct me to a 3DS capture card, I can probably provide some gameplay. Or maybe I could buy a laptop and then film my DS, but that probably won't be like the most crystal clear quality. Even though laptops are cool and all, they don't really have the most amazing webcams. And I can do some gameplay on Wii too. If you guys want that to come back to the channel, I might have to put it on something else, a different channel, because YouTube's kind of cracking down on that kind of stuff. Like I really don't think you're supposed to even be filming gameplay. I guess if you own the game, you can do that, but sometimes I think you can get in trouble for that, even though there's like thousands and millions of gameplay videos on YouTube. What else? So yeah, you decide the next video. I do need some editing software. I basically need iMovie. Let me just kind of give a rundown of what I need. My friend, he's going to be doing some revisions on the channel. He's going to be helping out, and he's a really good computer tech person, so he'll be giving me like an outro. I kind of want a new avatar for the channel. This one's old. I got this off of some art site that someone made for me, and I've just been using it for years. That's not even the original image you see, because it's not really super clear. I couldn't find the person anymore. I think they closed their account, and I don't really have the original file, so this is just basically like a copy and paste of the image that I used on. Basically, I had a profile on another website using that avatar, and then I couldn't access the original one, so I had to copy and paste that, and then I used that for YouTube and different things, so it's not the clearest one. I'm trying to put text on images, but it's turning out horribly. Like, the Jimmy Two Shoes thing, that image was super clear. I got it off of Google. That image was crystal clear, and then I put it into this app, and then suddenly it's just dark for no reason. Maybe that's why the app was free, Melvin. The text looks perfect, and then you have that. I'm kind of really inspired by like Nintendo. I think it's like Nintendo Fan for the Win, but it's FTW. It's he has like some really good images and outros and all that stuff. I want more stuff like that. So I need custom thumbnails. I have the feature. I need to like a program to create custom thumbnails. I would prefer if it was like on iPod, or you know, if you know someone who is good at making an app or something, if they could release it on iPod, because I really don't like downloading all these images on my computer, because I'm not really sure if they're safe or not. You're like, oh, it comes from Google, but yeah, you can still catch a virus unless you have like the best virus protection in the world. I still want to do the whole news thing, but it's kind of like interrupts my schedule. But I still want to do that eventually. If I had like a studio to make videos, I'm not really gonna disclose where I make these videos, but if I had more like of a studio or someplace more personal where I can make the videos without noise or something, I'd do that. Yeah. And you know how I said how I was talking about Jimmy Two Shoes, and like the video would be super short and then the next one would be super long. This is at 23 minutes, 24 right now. Maybe I could do some weekly reviews on Naruto, like the anime. Maybe. I don't know. I like Naruto, but I don't really want to be reviewing every episode of the anime. That's more helpful in the views department than like the actual like, oh wow, I have something to say about this episode. Not really. Kuroko no Basuke, or Kuroko's basketball, it's really good. It's basketball anime. I don't really like basketball, but I like this, so yeah, I might want to do something on the lines of that. Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online is pretty cool. It's like super amazing, but there are a lot of people out there who want to spoil you, because it started as a light novel, and then they have they have an anime now, and then they have some mangas that aren't really accurate to the series. The whole apparently they left some stuff out, but it's really good. It's kind of close to the story, as some of the light novel readers say, but I'm not gonna read a light novel. I didn't really. I was like, oh man, I love Sword Art Online and Durr. I was gonna read the light novels online because they're not out in America and they probably won't come out. I don't really think light novels will be that popular, but I would buy it. But I prefer like a physical copy, and no, I'm not gonna print out the series on paper. That just seems so it just seems so bad. Like, it seems horrible that you're gonna print that out. Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter. I don't know why why isn't this series so popular? Wait, that didn't sound right. That didn't come out right. Why isn't the series as popular as Naruto, One Piece, or Bleach? Hunter x Hunter is really, really, really good. Just by watching the anime, it's just like, this is like really good. Why isn't this guy like above Naruto and Bleach? I'm not sure if that'll be up there with One Piece, because some people rate One Piece as like this god like level above Naruto and Bleach. I mean, I understand it's got that good story and all that. It's just Hunter x Hunter. I love that. I might review that, because some YouTubers that I watch review things, they kind of stop reviewing them, and I'm just like, why did they stop reviewing them? Like, even if you do a video for like 3 or 4 minutes, I love hearing people's thoughts on the series and all that. But I think that's about it. I'm really getting all these quiet moments in my videos, and like people get annoyed about that. It's just like, I show my videos to my friend, and he was just like, why are there so many quiet moments in your video? You need to be like constantly saying something so the viewers don't get bored. Are you guys bored, like when I stop for a second and have to think? But that's all I have to say. I'm sorry this video is almost 30 minutes. It's gonna take like 30 minutes to upload, but Facebook, Twitter, all that in the description. Check out the Jimmy Two Shoes video. Check out the iPhone 5 discussion and the Apple discussion. It's the same video. And then what else did I do? Oh yeah, check out my pickups video, because I need some views and need some more fans. See you guys later.